His bow tie is on the back of his
He
head.
lost his feet.
He used to have feet. Now
He's a footless penguin.
let's like pretend it's his feet are in.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to The Hungry Ladybug. My name is Savannah.
And I'm Cameo.
And welcome to day 3 of the 12 dishes of Ukrainian Christmas. So if you're new to the channel, The Hungry Ladybug is a project that we started in order to commemorate our grandmother. And here and on our blog, we're going to be working our way through her Ukrainian-Canadian recipe book. So the 12 dishes of Ukrainian Christmas is a series that we're doing. And from the 13th to the 24th of December, we'll be posting one video and one blog post a day in which we'll be making some of the dishes that we normally include in our Christmas dinner. And if you want to learn more about this series, I'll post our announcement video down below. We've already made borscht and a creamed mushroom dish, sauce/appetizer, and today we're going to be making something a little sweeter. So we're going to be making something called scuffles, and these are a traditional Ukrainian, not pastry, but bread twist, flavored with cinnamon and sugar. And our grandmother would make these all the time, and they're definitely a festive treat. Yeah, she would typically serve them as a kind of after-dinner sweet alongside probably 10 or 20 pies. So please follow along as we make this tonight alongside our martinis. Okay, so these are what we're going to be making tonight. I've actually never heard them referred to as scuffles before. I don't know what our grandma called them, probably just like cinnamon twists or something. And because our grandma often wouldn't include recipes for things that she would assume everyone could easily make.
Yeah, and that she made all the time herself.
Yeah, she would make them all the time herself, so she didn't necessarily include them in her recipe book. And in this particular cookbook, we don't have her recipe. We're getting this from a website called Feisty, Frugal, and Fabulous. This is what we're going to be doing. And we'll post the link for this recipe down below. So that's that. And if you're wondering what these beautiful jars are, these are our festive alcohol infusions, which I have a whole video dedicated to, so if you're interested in making some of these, maybe to enjoy alongside some of your own holiday baking, or to give to people as last-minute gifts. These are really easy to make, and you can check out our video. You have anything to say for yourself?
Me?
Yeah. So these are the ingredients that we're going to be using. You'll definitely need white sugar for the yeast dough, but you can substitute brown sugar for the filling, which is what we're going to be doing. Okay, so my cocktail is finished and we have made the dough and we're going to put it in the fridge to chill overnight. You can just chill it for a few hours the day that you're making it, but it does need to be very chilled. And that instruction, I feel, if you come across it in a recipe, should be taken very seriously, otherwise you're going to end up with a mess on your hands. So we're going to chill it overnight, and we will see you tomorrow for the rest of our cooking adventure. Okay everyone, so we're back now and it's the next evening. The dough has been in the fridge since last night, and we're about to take it out and roll out the dough to make the scuffles. So once you've taken this out of the fridge and it's warmed up a little bit, you're going to want to divide it into 3 equal parts. So you're going to want to put the other 2 pieces in the fridge while you're working with this one, and then again for the next piece, so that the dough that you're not working with is going to stay cool. And you'll need a rolling pin and a really clean counter. Alright, so now what you want to do is just mix together your cinnamon and brown sugar. We just kind of wing it. Yeah, we're winging it. We like a lot of cinnamon. So we just realized that Senna doesn't have any proper baking trays, so we're just going to be using some pie dishes and hope that that doesn't make it too difficult. Look at these little guys, aren't they cute? So we're not putting any baking paper down because these pie trays are really non-stick, but you might want to throw some down because it'll make it easier in the long run. You don't need to roll them up very tight because the dough will expand and kind of take care of that for you. You want to put them kind of spaced out somewhat because it will expand, and we're putting them with the little seam down on the pan so that it kind of doesn't come undone. So these are the ones that we made putting the sugar on top rather than underneath. And we're going to put them in the oven right now. It was pretty easy to roll them up and
Super fun, actually.
and then, yeah, it's kind of really fun.
They're so cute.
It's really
like, oh.
no, it's kind of awry.
Jeez, lost it.
It's kind of like fun to,
They're like tiny
and they're
baby
really
cinnamon buns.
cute.
You know?
Yeah. But I guess we're going to try putting the cinnamon sugar on the counter,
Which is what
Which
most of
is-
the recipes recommend.
so we'll try that next and see what happens. So, thoughts so far?
Let's just say that we're making our own version of scuffles. We've tried the correct way and we've tried our way, and basically our conundrum is that we're basically trying to make weird shaped mini cinnamon buns. That's what we desire in our hearts. But I think that we're putting more cinnamon and sugar than they're meant to have.
This is our version, and as you can see, the cinnamon is on the inside, and then if you follow the traditional instructions, it's on the outside, but we found that really hard to roll out, probably just because we're using too
And
much.
also,
This is from the edge, and it had quite a lot of cinnamon on it, but when we, as you'll see from the clip, I think, when we had just the main circle, it didn't seem to have enough cinnamon or sugar on it, so we flipped it over and then added it on top and just did it the way we did the first time. Alright, so here is the first batch out of the oven. They are slightly brown on top, which is what you want, and they're pretty much done. Yeah, so we're gonna do the next batch, and then that will be that. And this is why cinnamon buns have
Have
butter.
some butter in them.
Oh no! So So kids, here's the lesson. Okay, maybe just let them cool off before you massacre them too much. Cameo, calm yourself. Cameo, stop. Please stop. Okay, so don't have it be like this. We're gonna try the proper way now and see what happens. Okay, everyone, so here are our finished scuffles, and as you can see, they don't really look the same at all, and that's because there was quite a discrepancy between the batches. So for the first batches, we tried to put the sugar on top of the dough rather than on the counter, then rolling out the dough on top of that, and that's what these turned out to look like. As you can see, the sugar's on the inside. Now the problem with these was that the sugar kind of melted out and really stuck to our pans. They do taste really good. And then the other way is when you put the sugar on the counter and roll the dough over that, and that's what this looks like. So you can see that the sugar's on the outside instead of the inside. Now these are what scuffles look like more traditionally, but they're harder to roll out this way. We think this might be because we used brown sugar instead of white sugar. But you know what? Either way, they taste really, really good.
For watching, we're going to try a scuffle right now. We have already eaten probably 3 or 4 each because they're kind of addictive. Let me find one. I picked a tiny one from the scraps of the correct way to do it. And I picked one of our latest batches, which is how they're supposed to look. Okay, I'll try it. I almost prefer our first way of doing it, even though it's completely incorrect, because you get more sugar and cinnamon. However, they are quite sweet. It spills out over and makes a big mess. So I think it depends how sweet you want them. And also, I'm finding that the ones with the cinnamon on the outside are a bit softer. They have a less of a crunchy kind of shell. So our first ones, I don't know if we just had them in longer or the cinnamon is creating a protective layer to hold in the moisture. But yeah, so I almost prefer the first way, but it's really different. It's a different kind of dessert just because it uses a pastry, or it doesn't use a pastry dough, it uses a bread dough. So it's really soft and nice. We're big fans of bread dough anyway. Our grandma made the best bun dough in the world, and hers was a very sweet, nice dough. So this is kind of similar to that. Anyway, so we hope that you liked the video. Stay tuned for more videos tomorrow, right up until the 24th. Please subscribe if you're interested. I'll post everything you need to know down below. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye! Should have prepared for this because I can't remember what they're called. Snuckles? Snickers? Snuckles? Snuckles? Do they start with an S? Scuffles! And we're going to be making something called... Oh god, I forgot it again. And today we're going to be making something called scuffles.
I didn't get that bit though.
Damn it, let's just do it all over again. This drink is going to be gone.